So here we are, ready to start turn one. The Confederacy has no units for turn one, so the Confederacy always moves first, but of course we skip them for turn one. Now Wadsworth here has a movement factor of 5. I'm going to have him come straight down the road, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just stop here at the top of the hill. I'm going to run Reynolds back here. That way he's ready to put Reynolds back there so he's ready for the rest of the first corps to come in. There's no point in having him up front right now. Okay, Gamble is going to take McPherson's Woods, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Is that how that works? I can't remember right now. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to have Devin go 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here. Screen Heath when he first comes in. So that's the end of the first turn, so now we move to the second turn. Confederates, like I said, always go first. So Heath and Pegram's batteries come in here at S1. You can use the unfinished railroad for road movement. So I think what I'm going to do, see here, half, 1, 1.5, 2.5. Well, you can't get to there. That'd be 4.5 movement points to get to there. So I'm going to have Heath come down here, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. Have Pegram just get in these trees over here. So this is going to be a combat right here. Heath is got a 5 combat factor to Devin's 1, so that's a +5 for Heath and a +1 for Devin. Now, how when I play solitaire, how I always compute that is I say that Heath has a +4. The Confederacy has a +4 on this roll. A little simpler to keep track of, frankly, than remember the modifier for each side. I just know that Heath is a +4. We're always going to do red Confederacy, white Union. Okay, so Confederacy is a +4, so that makes them a 9 to the Union 7. Confederacy wins, but all the Union takes no losses. They just have to retreat. So Devin will retreat here, and I'm going to have Heath. I'm going to have Heath stay put. I'm worried that if I advance him here, that Wadsworth will come up the road and they'll try to all together attack Heath. I don't want to give the Union a good attack right now, so I'm just going to stay put right there. Okay, so the Union gets these guys coming in at A8, which is down here, the Taneytown Road. Actually, I'm going to put them off the map and bring them in. And then up here, coming in at A1. So let me see how I want to organize this. I'm going to have Doubleday come in first. I'm going to go half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. Okay. And Robinson will come down behind, and Wainwright with Barlow coming up the rear. I'm going to move Reynolds down to Doubleday. There we go. Here. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. Okay. Gamble's in a pretty good position here. You see he gets a +2 for the hill, and he gets +1 for the trees. So he's a +3 right there. I kind of like that. I don't want to move Devin because I'm worried that if I put Devin and Gamble together, that Heath will cut around, and I don't want him doing that. So I think I'm just going to have them stay where they're at and see what the Union does or the Confederacy does in turn 3. So now we're on to turn 3. On turn 3, the Confederacy gets some more units coming in at S1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Pegram go 1, 2, 3, which would, sorry, half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. Remember, it costs an extra movement point to enter an enemy zone of control. And Heath is going to come down beside him here. Okay. Pender is going to go half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4, 5 for the woods. Well, he can't do that because that'd be 6 movements to there. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. I'm sorry, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4 for the woods, 5 for Gamble. And McIntosh will come straight down the road. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is the game has no rules for ranged artillery. It's very basic in that way, which I don't particularly like. I usually play with a house rule for ranged artillery. But for the purposes of this playthrough, we're just going to go with the rules as written. So if once in a while you see me forget and try to shoot at something with a cannon from 2 hexes away, well, I'm probably just being brain dead and reverting back to the house rules. Okay, so first attack is over here on Devon. Devon is in trees, so he gets a +1 for that, so he's going to be a +2. We have 7 factors here, so that's going to mean a +5 for the Confederacy. So come over here. Okay, so that is going to be 13 for the Confederacy, 13 to 7, which is a +6, which kills Devon. So Devon comes off the board. We didn't talk about victory conditions, but dead units count towards victory points, so I'm just going to save them there on the Union order of appearance. And I'm going to have Heath advance into the hex. Okay, over here, remember I said Gamble has a +3 for the wood, so he's at 4. And the Pender and McIntosh are at 6. So it's a +2 for the Confederacy. Not good, but that's okay. 3 to 1 is a +2. That pushes Gamble off McPherson's woods, so I'm just going to retreat him and have Pender take the hex. Okay. So the Union turn. Turn 3. On turn 3, the Union gets Steinwar at A8, which is down here. Obviously the victory points here, I forgot to talk about that too, but you see Little Round Top's worth 5. All of Cemetery Hill is worth 1 each. Culp's Hill is worth 3. So the geography of the map is very important. You want to make sure that the Union holds on to the victory points. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to try and move into position to be able to do that. So Doubleday is going to come down the road to Wadsworth, and they're going to take the front of Cemetery Hill. Reynolds will stack them. Wainwright will come down here and get in the middle, and Robinson will take up the rear, so to speak. Okay, so Schurz, I should say, is going to go half, 1.5, 2.5, half, 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4. You can't quite get there. Well, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can get there. Sorry. Just go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put Howard with Schurz. And that leaves Barlow. Barlow is going to simply, you know what? I'll put half one. I'm going to bring Barlow down to here. Let Howard stack them. Okay, now that leaves Gamble. Gamble's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. Just in case the Confederacy wants to go around, it kind of slows them down. Oh, and I have to bring Steinwire on. Okay, so that's the end of turn 3. We're on to turn 4. Turn 4, Ewell and Rhodes come in at U7, which is right there. Oh, I forgot to bring A.P. Hill in. A.P. Hill was supposed to come in on turn 3. So I'll just, you know what, I'm going to put him up here with McIntosh. That's probably what I would have done with him anyways. Okay. This is where it gets a little tricky for the Confederacy. I need to push them off the hills, but at the same time, if I jump out there, they might jump on me. So Rhodes just getting a little line there, I think. Okay, so that's the end of the Confederates' turn for turn 4. The Union gets no reinforcements on turn 4. I'm going to have Barlow and Schurz get up on Culp's Hill. Howard will stack them. And Stein, I'm gonna keep First Corps right where it's at. It's in a good spot. I think I'm gonna have Steinwire come up here to the edge of Cemetery Hill. Just get in line with Robinson. Okay, so on to turn 5. Robert E. Lee and Longstreet arrive on turn 5. Along with Anderson's division. And he comes in at U10 early, which is way down here. Okay. Get Rhodes and Early together. And actually, I don't think I'm going to leave them in Gettysburg. I'm going to have Rhodes and Early both move to here. See if Early can get there. Yeah, okay, they can both get there. I think I'm going to have them cross Rock Creek to here and try and push Howard's Corps off Culp's Hill. Let's see here. Remember, I have Anderson coming in. So I'm going to have Anderson come straight down the road. A.P. Hill come over here to stack them. And I'm going to have Pender go into the trees there. I'll just bring Robert E. Lee and Longstreet down to get them with friendly units. You don't want them by themselves. Gamble might run over, and if a general is adjacent to an enemy unit, he's killed. So, if he has no friendly units in the hex with him, so you want to make sure you keep your generals with friendly troops. And that looks about right. Okay, so on turn 5, Hancock comes in at A8, but I think I'm just going to have Hancock sit there and wait for the rest of his corps. I'm going to have Gamble pull back one more hex. Okay, so that's the situation right now, kind of just a face-off. I can't really move as the Union, I should say. We're in pretty good position. We just got to wait for the Confederacy to come thump on us. So we're going to stay put. So we're on turn 6. On turn 6, the Confederacy gets some more units. They come in here at S1. And Jenkins' cavalry comes in down here at U10. So we got some 2nd Corps artillery and Johnson from 2nd Corps. Johnson. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 4. He'll go to right there. Pender will come down with him. And Robert E. Lee, remember I said he can stack anybody. So Robert E. Lee is going to stack Pender and Johnson. So here's where the action begins. Early is going to, Ewell's Corps is going to cross Rock Creek and hit Barlow's Knoll. And A.P. Hill's division is going to go straight up to Cemetery Hill. Okay, so down here on Barlow's Knoll, I'm sorry, on Culp's Hill, 4 factors for, let's see here. That's going to be a +7. 4 combat factors, 1 for the trees, 2 for the hills. So that's a +7. The Confederacy is going to have a well, they're going to have a +10. I don't remember if I told you that, but you cannot have more than a +10. So normally they'd have a +11, but they cannot have more than a +10. So it's +10 to +7, so +3 for the Confederacy. Uh-oh. Rolled a 1. So that's a 4 for the Confederacy and 5 for the Union. That is not good. I think I'm going to use the initiative marker. I'm going to move this to the Union side, and I'm going to re-roll that. So, what did I say? +3. Okay, better. So that is a 10 for the Confederacy, 5 for the Union, so the +5. So that's 1 step loss, which I'm going to take out of Shirts. And it is a retreat, so we'll pull back to there. And they take the hill. Okay, so here in front, Wadsworth and Doubleday have 6 factors together. They get a +2 for the hill, so that's an 8. Attack by 10 factors, so +2 for the Confederacy. That is a tied result. +2 for the Confederacy, so 4 to 4. Not what I wanted. On a tied result, the attacker has to retreat 1 hex. So Heath will retreat to there, or A.P. Hill, Heath, and Anderson. Okay, so that's the end of the Confederacy turn. Now on turn 6, the Union gets 12th Corps coming in. They come in here at I-11. Let's see here. The question is, do I try and knock Rhodes and Early off Culp's Hill? I don't think I'm going to have the firepower for that. So the first thing I'm going to do is retreat here. Here. Osborne will pull back to there. I'm going to have 12th Corps. Slocum will stack them and move them right up to there. Muhlenberg will come up the rear. The rest of the Union Army will stay put and wait to see what the Confederacy does. Okay, so turn 7, this is the last of the day turns. So it's time to attack again. The Confederacy gets no units on turn 7. So A.P. Hill's Corps will go there and attack the front of the hill. And Robert E. Lee will lead. Who is that? That's Johnson and Pender. Right here. Okay. So we already did this one before. It's a +2 for the Confederacy. Oh no. This is a terrible result. The 0 counts as a 10. It's not a 0, it's a 10. So the Union has 10, the Confederacy has 3, which is 2 step losses for the Confederacy. If the winning side's combat number exceeds the losing side's combat number by 6 or more, the losing side takes 2 step losses. So that was a disaster. 2 step losses for the Confederacy. So I'm going to flip both units. And I'm going to retreat them to Gettysburg. Okay, so I got one here. 8 to +2 for the hill for Wainwright, so it'll be at 3. 8 to 3, so a +5 for the Confederacy. Better. So 11 for the Confederacy. So Confederacy wins by 4, so that's 1 loss to Wainwright, so he gets flipped. And that's a retreat. And Robert E. Lee will advance into the hex. Let's see if he can hold there. Okay, so on turn 7, 3rd Corps comes in, or part of it does, at A1. I'm just going to have them move down here to the Peach Orchard. What to do? What to do? Well, I think we attack. We're going to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you do not get the hill bonus if you're being attacked from an adjoining hill. You also don't get the tree bonus if the trees are joined. So for instance, if a unit attacked from here to there, there would be no combat bonus. So right now, I'm going to attack with the Union. It's a 10 to 8, so a +2 for the Union. Ugh. So that is 12 for the Union and 9 for the Confederacy. Terrible, which is 1 step loss for the Confederacy and a retreat. So I'll take that out of Johnson. We can retreat to enemy zone of control. Here we have 2 choices. So I'm going to retreat back towards the rest of the army. And I'll have Robinson advance. Okay, so now it is turn 8, the night turn. Now on the night turn, you cannot be adjacent to any enemy units. So I have to retreat here. Well, first let's look at reinforcements. Most of the 1st Corps shows up on S1. Normally I would have 1st Corps go around towards the round tops historically, but because I've taken 3 step losses in the middle here, I think I need 1st Corps to come straight down the road to help out in day 2. So I'm going to have them come straight down the road to here, and I'll put Longstreet with them. And you spread yourself out a little bit like this, and the reason you do it is to, they can't move adjacent to me. So let's keep them at arm's length. Okay, so it's the Union night turn. Lots of units coming in for the Union now. Fifth Corps coming in at I-11 down here. Oops. Humphreys up here. Rest of 3rd Corps with artillery. And Robert E. Meade, George Meade, 2nd Corps, and the Artillery Reserve all coming in right here. Okay. I'm going to get 1st Corps on the 11th Corps, I should say, all together on the front of the hill. And let's see here. Move 3rd Corps down to the Peach Orchard. With the artillery coming up behind. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot all about 5th Corps. I'm going to have 5th Corps flank. So they're going to go half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 4.5. Okay, looks pretty good. There are automatic victory conditions for the end of the first day. I can't remember right now. I think if the Confederacy has twice as many I think if the Confederacy has to have twice as many victory points. Well, anyways, they do not have an automatic victory. I can tell that just from looking at the map. They're actually about behind in victory points or tied. So anyways, it's the end of the first day. Next we'll tackle the second day.